experiential learning is the greatest textbook. If you go and really see and touch and feel, it's better than when you read it in a book, when you hear it on a news clip, when somebody else tells you, but you hear from the people on the ground. You touch their work. JustJourneys does that for us. It brings people to the issues of social justice and human rights that we work on. And it makes room for these people to become engaged citizens of the world, to really see, to become their sister's keeper, their brother's keeper when they return home.
There's really no substitute for first-hand experience. A journey allows you to join our partners' daily struggles, but above all, in their relentless efforts to really change the world. You know, abstract concepts then become more real, more tangible, and we are really pushed to think about our own place in the world. We start asking ourselves, so what does this experience, or how does this experience really relate to the way I live my life, both individually and collectively? How does this experience relate to my own values?
I'm Bob Alpern, and I'm on a Just Journey to Mexico.
Why did you decide to come on this trip?
Well, it's part of understanding what's happening to our southern neighbor under the North American Free Trade Agreement.
How do you think this differs from tourism, the kinds of things that we do and the kinds of things that we see?
This is a kind of trip that one gets into the dirt with the people. One learns what's happening to real people and to the conditions that people must live with that many of us have not the slightest idea about. And it's not to stay at fancy hotels or to go shopping, but to be with people and learn about their lives.
Al pueblo de Estados Unidos, a las organizaciones, a trabajar y a luchar para cambiar las cosas que están mal. Pero la forma de cambiar esas cosas es participando. Entonces la participación de los niños, de los jóvenes, de las mujeres, de los ancianos, de todos, es súper importante, porque eso contribuye también a nuestra lucha, a nuestro interés.
How did you decide to come on this Just Journey?
I was able to go on a coffee trip with the UUSC a couple years ago, and that was just so wonderful and life-changing in a way. And I thought, I got to do something like that again, because I had gone back and gotten my church all geared up about coffee now and fair trade. And so I'm looking forward to taking this information I learned here and passing it on to my church and other churches and other groups in my area.
Fact-finding missions are really at the very heart of the service committee. We, under the auspices of the American Unitarian Association, were sending fact-finding missions to Europe in 1937 and 1938 that subsequently led to the founding of the Unitarian Service Committee as people began finding out what was happening to Jews and other anti-Nazi dissidents. We continued that tradition then in the 1980s as we led congressional fact-finding missions to Central America, Nicaragua, El Salvador, and Guatemala. We continue that tradition today and make these opportunities available not just for opinion makers, but for ordinary members of UUSC, because we know they can be so powerful.
Well, I'm glad that I had a chance to go to Guatemala on the Just Journey with the folks from UUSC. It was an incredibly eye-opening experience, and I had read about the trips, and I had read the blogs, and they were impressive and compelling. But to actually go and to be there and to see the spot where the Indigenous folks had been massacred 25 years ago, and to actually talk to survivors, it was so much more compelling to be there, to see those people, to speak to them.